Welcome to Swing and a Miss, a baseball podcast.
Where our overconfident opinions are backed up by cherry-picked stats.
Josh is gone again. I don't even remember what he looks like.
There's not going to be much Dingler talk on this episode.
Apologies to the Josh stands out there. He's actually out this week because he's participating in the competitive nap tournaments, and he's actually made the finals.
Oh, congratulations.
Suck it, Rick Van Winkle.
Welcome to episode 36.
It's the boys from Minnesota back at it again. Hot takes from Nels, Tyler, Josh, and Ben. From the first batter up to the safe clinch, you bitch. Get up out your seats, it's Swing and a Miss.
Welcome into episode 36 of Not Have I Seen That in Forever. It is Swing and a Miss, and I messed that up twice on the intro, and I really just couldn't let the joke die.
You're ruining all of our tape.
I know, I'm so sorry. All of our tape. Yes,
Yeah.
we have the reels rolling right now. How we doing, guys?
Adequate.
Yeah, doing pretty good.
Adequate and pretty good. And we are, if you heard the intro, we are Sans Josh for the second episode in a row, which means we don't have to talk about the Tigers.
No,
we're going to.
Yeah,
but we don't
probably
have
going to talk
We
about
do
the
actually
Tigers.
kind of probably have
Yeah,
to.
we probably really
They
need
do
to.
have the most interesting player.
They really do.
Now.
The 2 weeks that he's off, they are the most interesting team in baseball.
Yeah.
Which I think is really
They're
funny.
the Dos Equis guy of baseball.
They're the Colin of baseball.
Yes.
So before we dive into anything, should we touch on New Year's resolutions? Because I have an update from Josh.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, what's your update from Josh?
He says, I hate all of my rivals. And I will not say anything nice about them while I'm not here. He did not like the song, by the way.
Well, if he doesn't like something, he should show up to veto it.
Yeah.
he did not love the song.
I feel like he brought that on himself.
He took so we recorded that one on a Saturday. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday by the time I heard from him, and he was like, you need a hobby besides making fake songs about me. I said, well, show up to the show.
It sounded real to me. I heard it play.
It sounded like
I don't
him.
know how it's a fake
I
song.
don't know if you've heard Josh sing. That's exactly how he sounds.
Yeah.
Nels, would you like to give us an update on one David Bautista?
I watched Guardians of the Galaxy yesterday, and Dave Bautista's in that.
How'd that go?
Does a fine job. I think it's excellent as Drax the Destroyer.
He will not let anything go over his head because he's too tall.
He would just grab it.
He would.
Yeah.
He would.
I still have no idea what color his skin is in those movies.
Similar to your shirt right now, actually.
I think it's a greenish, like almost
Gray,
like,
green. Sometimes it looks
like
blue.
an army green.
Yeah,
I'm
gray-
unclear.
gray
is what
changes.
I'm saying.
Maybe
Gray,
it's-
green, blue.
Maybe his species is a chameleon kind of thing.
I'm okay with that.
It does change. It is kind of bluish and then greenish in some of the movies.
So I assume he has not gotten back to you
No,
in your
no.
formal letter writing?
No, like I said,
No. Bummer.
that movie is the closest I've gotten.
Okay, fair enough. I have not been to a baseball game since our July 4th episode when we were at the Duluth Huskies game, so I have not had an opportunity to catch a foul ball or a home run, so I've got nothing for you fans, and I'm so sorry. But let's turn it over to Tyler because I think Tyler has the most interesting New Year's resolution that he actually can report on each episode.
Yeah, I don't know. I listened to two bands, Birthday Suits and One Direction Night, and I didn't like either of them at all. And it wasn't for any particular reason. It was just more than anything, they just were not for me. And so, it's not worth saying. What I do want to talk about is Mike Gunther and his Restless Souls, which is the opening band that I saw at a concert, and I had not seen him for a while. So if you like something that's in between rockabilly and a revival pastor, check out Mike Gunther because it's really enjoyable. So I'd much rather talk about that. There was a washboard that was the primary percussion for the band, and he just sort of lets his eyes roll back as he sings, and it's a really cool vibe.
Wait, like an actual washboard, like a jug band?
Yes, like a jug band.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting.
We actually have a washboard upstairs, right by our front door on our little coat rack, I guess you'd say it was. That was, I believe, Jessica's grandmother's. And I have played it from time to time. We had a friend previously that would play it when I would play the guitar and play the piano. Really, really cool instrument. Shockingly, that I don't think a lot of bands today do that. So when you find somebody like that actually does play the washboard, it's really cool.
That was the first time that I'd seen his backup band bust out the washboard. Typically, it had been a limited drum set, like a tom, a bass, and a cymbal type of a thing. I don't even know that there was a snare involved, but yeah, just a washboard and a lot of harmonica and a lot of bass and acoustic guitar, and I liked it very much.
I like a washboard and a harmonica together. It's a cool combo. I like it. All right. Well, that's our update on New Year's resolutions. We don't have much to update you on, unfortunately. Hopefully by the end of the year we have more to say, but right now we're doing what we can with what we have.
If I get some sort of cease and desist from Dave Bautista, does that count?
Yeah.
I also would like you just to get invited to Dave Bautista's cabana for Christmas. That should be a goal. Maybe it all turns on its head and you wind up being the best of friends.
Maybe. So let's dive a little bit into the league check-in. I think we talked a little bit the last time we were together that there wasn't as much to talk about as previous iterations, but this time I think we've got a lot to talk about post All-Star game and post Home Run Derby. So where do we want to start?
Marlins?
Oh my.
Marlins can't win right now.
The Marlins are 1-12 since July 9th.
Well, they've lost 12 in a row.
12 in a row.
So they're 0-12.
They won on July 9th right before the All-Star break, and they've lost 12 since. I put together some stats on the Marlins since that date. They are the third lowest in Major League Baseball in runs, the third lowest in hits, the second lowest in RBI, the third lowest in batting average with 219, third lowest OBP at 285, and the fourth lowest in slugging at 351. And then when we put that all together, we've got the third lowest OPS at 637. This team is hot trash right now. And it's a team that we talked about for a couple of episodes before the All-Star break, saying that they actually might challenge the Phillies for the second place in that division. They may challenge for a wild card spot, but
they are still only 3 games out of a wild card spot.
That ought to tell you how bad the wild card is in the NL, because that's gross.
Well, the wild card is bad in both leagues right now. I do know that the Marlins have gone from about 40% to make the playoffs before the All-Star break, and now Fangraphs has them at 7.6% chance of making the playoffs.
Woof.
So
that sounds bad.
That has really just, cratered their season. So just to give you some sense, the Blue Jays have got a 6% chance of making the playoffs, according to Fangraphs. So it's not great in Miami right now, which is a bummer because I thought that there was a lot of excitement that was around not just them generally, but it was also the brand of baseball that they were playing, where
they were playing great.
They were slapping the ball around and had a little bit of pop and had solid pitching.
Well, I think a few of their players may show up in another segment that we're going to do later in the show. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, they've had good players that have had good seasons.
You want to hear a really crazy stat about them?
I would love it.
Their AAA team, the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, have also lost 12 straight games.
Oh, no.
Wow.
That's insane.
Okay, so Shrimp and Marlins both cannot hit.
No.
It's hard to... You can easily point to the lack of offense and say that's why the Marlins are 0-12 in their last 12 games. And again, it's easy, but their pitching has been trash also. And we've talked a lot about like Alcantara.
Sandy Alcantara.
Yeah, there you go. That's going to be we assumed is going to be moved, and then we kind of backed off that and said maybe not because they're playing better. You got to move him now.
Yes, but also it's not as though he's been his normal self. Or
No,
I
he
guess
hasn't.
I should say you're not getting a dominant pitcher if you trade for Sandy Alcantara. You are going to get a number 3, number 4 type starter. That's what he's been this year.
I know a team that could use that in the division.
There are a lot of teams that can use a number 3, number 4 starter, but for ERA, 1.2 WHIP, it's been fine, but it hasn't been dominant, and that's what everyone was hoping to after he was coming back from injury. Last year was a bit of grace because he was coming back from injury, so he had a 5.3 ERA in about a half season last year. And this year, it's been good, but it's not what you want it to be. The one thing that I will say, he's still an innings eater.
Yeah.
So if you want someone to keep your bullpen fresh, he's your guy.
Yeah.
He's still going to go out there and throw innings, which is amazing.
Do you think that changes with a managerial style that is more geared to the postseason?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a managerial style so much as it is, what are my other options?
Fair.
So if
fair.
you have little faith in your bullpen, you're going to push your starters to give you those extra few outs.
Yeah.
And I think that that's probably that, as well as him just wanting to be a competitor. And that's part of his identity of wanting to take that ball, go into the 7th and the 8th inning and really deal. So I think a new organization may use him differently, but I also think that his attitude is just one where he wants to be a workhorse.
Yeah.
And he wants to put in those innings.
And just we played this game a few episodes ago. As a GM, I would love that. Give me that workhorse. Give me a guy that wants to work. I'm down.
Yeah. The Twins could use a player like that.
Well, another team.
Our bullpen is still dodgy. They've tried to improve it. It's gone from scary to bad. So having a starter that would be able to go out and give you 7 or 8 innings on a given day and reset that bullpen, that really is going to set you up for better bullpen outings throughout the rest of the week.
A team that could use him is a team that is the complete antithesis of the Marlins right now. That's the Boston Red Sox. Surging, going crazy. We talked about this on our GM episode, and I think it was it Josh that had the Red Sox?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I think did he say stand pat or did he say sell? It wasn't buy.
I think that at that point he was trying to sell.
Yeah, it wasn't buy. But right now, we're 14 games in a row?
They finally lost.
Yeah, they've lost a couple since, but they're still.
Yes.
But still, that changes everything. You have 14 wins over the last 16 games.
They're 17-3 over their past 20 games.
Goodness gracious.
And I think that they may have just kicked off the trade season by swapping Curtis Mead with their Peyton Tolley, or I'm sorry, Connor Early. And it really makes sense because the Nationals are leading the league in scoring. So they have offense to deal.
Yeah.
And the Red Sox are just behind the Dodgers as far as allowing the fewest runs. So they've got pitching that they can deal. So it's one of those few trades where it's a pro for a pro, and it just makes sense between the two trade partners. It doesn't necessarily mean that one player is going to be superior to another going forward, but at this point, both of those players are going to be able to help the other team get a little bit better and help out their wild card chances. And in the case of the Red Sox, there might be an outside chance for them getting the division, given the run that they've been on. You'd have to think that they're going to cool down a little bit, but everything is possible when you're running that hot. And the Yankees just got some awful news that Cody Bellinger is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks with a bad hamstring. There's still no word on where Judge is at. Now, there's still 7.5 games back from the Rays.
Did you say the jury is still out?
The judge and the jury are still out. And so, yeah, it's a big hill to climb, but they were in the cellar up until 3 weeks ago. So who knows where it goes from here? I don't think that they're going to be able to make it up on the division, but I certainly see them being able to overtake the Yankees given that injury.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
I don't think they're overtaking the Rays. No. I don't.
No, 7.5 games back.
Yeah, even with that surge, they're still 7.5.
Yeah, it's hard to see them overtaking the Rays. That they could overtake the Yankees with Judge still being out and now Cody Bellinger hurt. I mean, their pitching has been good. Their offense has been okay. Their defense has been suspect. Just like, we talked about this last year. Their defense is suspect. I don't trust Jazz Chisholm. I don't trust their middle infield. I don't trust their center field. I really don't trust what they have up the middle. And when you are a team that has those weaknesses, I don't see you going deep in the postseason should you make it. So if the Red Sox can climb back into that spot, I agree with you, Tyler. I think they overtake the Yankees, and I think they can make a wild card spot.
I want to talk about a player. We can talk about his team too, because they're in the mix of everything. But we haven't really talked about this guy, and we should. And the season he's having is Yordan Alvarez.
I feel like I talked about him when I was Jerry DiPoto, because I wanted him on the Braves and the Mariners.
I think everyone wants him on their team.
Yes. That's probably not going to happen because the Astros are like 2 back of 2 different playoff spots.
So Frankie Lindor just hit a home run.
Yeah, that's excellent.
That's a bummer.
He is currently the Triple Crown leader in the AL. So, he's having a monster season on top of the seasons he usually has. This is like above. There's not going to be any Judge to challenge him for the home runs. Ben Rice might. He's well ahead in average. He leads by 20 points there. I think he's up 5 RBIs over Ben Rice as well. So Ben Rice is his kind of main competition to knock him out of that AL Triple Crown spot. But he is having a huge season. He's not going anywhere. Astros aren't trading him. In fact, I heard they're buyers anyway. So
is this Yordan Alvarez? Is this the most consistent DH position we've seen in the last 10, 15 years?
Other than Shohei.
Yeah, I guess the question is whether we count Ohtani or not.
I think you have to. But
then I'm going to say Ohtani has been more consistent than Alvarez.
Okay, but other than Hall of Famer right now, Shohei Ohtani.
He was hurt. Yordan was hurt a lot last year. So if you want to throw that out.
Yeah, but still.
His healthy seasons, yes.
Yeah, his healthy seasons. He's incredible.
He's 30 plus home runs every year. He's going to hit.
In not a small park. And not a park that lends to home runs to righties or lefties, honestly.
He's lefty.
I know he is. Yeah. But it's not a park that lends homers to either side.
No, he can hit it out of anywhere.
Yeah.
He's typical 300 hitter. He's going to slug his near 600.
Hall of Famer.
Stuff.
300 hitter.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
Exactly. Actually, in his career. He's exactly a 300 hitter in his career.
Well, put him in now. Cooper Sound.
But
call him up.
You know what you're getting with him. He's 29. That's right. That kind of where guys generally peak.
He's that young.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yikes. He might. I know they're weary about giving DH's MVP, but no Judge. We'll talk about Cal Raleigh in a little bit. I don't know who else would challenge him, especially if he gets the Triple Crown. I know we've moved off of like baseball card stats, but Triple Crown is a big deal if you look at the guys who have won it before.
Well, I was going to say last year with Cal Raleigh's season, he did DH, maybe not half, but like a quarter or a third of the season.
Sure. But he caught the rest of it.
Oh, yeah. That's
which
fine.
Is, very valuable position.
It's fine.
Yordan doesn't play defense.
I understand. But still, like, you look at that versus a Cal Raleigh last year with his offensive numbers, and it's hard to ignore what he's doing consistently over 8, 9, 10 seasons versus what Cal Raleigh did for one.
Certainly, like the competition that Alvarez will have for the MVP. Bobby Witt Jr. is injured right now. It might be a minimum stay, so he might just come right back and add enough on both offense and defense to be able to really make a case. And then also Dylan Dingler is probably the other player that I would say has got the best case right now for what they do in the field plus what they do at the plate, as far as making an argument for being the most valuable player. All that said, I don't think either one of those players right now has got the bona fides to challenge Alvarez. So right now, Alvarez would be my MVP.
Yeah. Well, that's our first Tiger of the episode.
Okay, we should get a counter going.
Josh.
Yes.
I didn't have that the audio queued up. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple other teams that we could talk about for league check-in that I think are interesting. I think the Brewers are fun to talk about because I think what they're doing defensively is better than almost what anyone else in the NL is doing right now. But I also like what the Cubs are doing in the NL defensively, other than Pete Crow Armstrong. So I don't know where you guys want to go.
Is he your Juan Soto for defense? You think he just is terrible, even though he's not?
First of all, Juan Soto is terrible at defense.
Yes.
Pete Crow Armstrong is mid at defense.
Juan Soto is to offense as Pete Crow Armstrong is to defense for you.
I guess
for doing SAT stuff.
I guess
or combine stuff.
My big question right now is, as we're 1 week away from the trade deadline, I'm going to throw out a bucket of teams. These are all teams that I would say you can state that they are perhaps 1 year ahead of schedule. They're competitive right now, but they may be looking at 2027 to really push all chips in. They're not necessarily going to sell out for 2026. And I just want you to know whether, if you are a fan of this franchise, not necessarily, a sober general manager who has got the best interest of team, but just as a fan.
Well, none of us are those.
Would you be okay with this team selling? So the first team that we've talked about are the Marlins. And I think with their recent track record, you have to think as a fan, you feel like you're okay with them not necessarily going for it in 2026.
Yeah, I say so.
Yeah, I would say as a sober GM, so.
But as a fan, if you've been rooting for the Marlins and they've been...
Well, it's a 2-time World Series champion. I mean...
Twins are 2-time World Series champions.
Yeah, the Twins have been around since the 60s. The Marlins been around since the 90s. It's a big difference.
Yeah, and they
it's also 23 years ago when they won.
Yeah, they haven't won a World Series since 2003.
I'm with you. If I'm a fan,
I think with this losing streak, I'm like, yes, burn it down. They're not.
Well, not burn it down, but certainly you hang on to your young players, and you're not going to bemoan you're dealing
burn down the season.
Yeah.
Can I introduce a caveat?
I mean, it's no.
Okay.
You have to make a decision. I got to hold your feet to the fire on this.
Well, I my caveat was going to be, I'm happy to burn it down if we agree to wear the teal forever.
Okay.
The black and pink and blue is ridiculous.
I don't think that as a fan you've got that within your purview.
No, I don't. Well, as a fan, you don't have anything in the purview, in terms of making decisions. So,
I'm not asking about decisions. I'm asking about how you feel.
I mean, I would hate it. I would hate it given how the first half went. But yeah, I'm gonna sell.
All right.
I'm okay with that.
I think I would be okay with that, given that they just fell flat on their face coming out of the All-Star break.
Yeah.
The Nationals.
Can I go with
I mean, you can. It's it's not very compelling.
They're really good and really bad at the same time.
Yes.
I don't know which is real. I don't think they're moving James Wood. I don't think they're moving a lot of other pieces at the deadline. I think they're going to stand pat unless someone comes to them with a king's ransom. And if I'm a fan of that team, I guess I have to live with that. I don't know that I love it, but I live with it.
Their big weakness is their bullpen, which is one of the, I guess, easier things to fix mid-season. You grab a couple relievers. They don't have to be, you don't have to go get Mason Miller or anything like that and sell the farm for it. But you get a couple of decent leverage arms where you can plug them into that bullpen with that offense they have. They're only one game back of a wild card. I think East isn't happening, so they got to push for the wild card. But
that's why I think they're not doing anything, because they're so close.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can get a couple bullpen pieces, I'd go in. I'd buy for that. I think that's all they really need.
I feel like if I am a Nationals fan, I'm excited about the offense. I'm excited about the future. I disagree that it's only the bullpen that's a problem. I feel like their starting pitching is so shallow that it's going to be such a struggle to be competitive throughout the rest of the season. And I don't know if I can really trust Cade Cavalli and Foster Griffin to be my playoff starters and take me deep into the playoffs. So I would be fine with them kind of selling the players that you would assume anyone should sell. Everyone who's going to be above the age of 28 on a 1-year contract or in their second year of arbitration, not part of the future plans. Go ahead, move those players, get back somebody, and really focus in on the players that are going to be more on the defensive side, on that pitching side, and are going to be really, really close towards contributing. I don't want single A players. I don't even know if I want double A players. I kind of want solid pro players or triple A or double A guys that are about ready to be promoted that I think that can contribute next year. So I would be okay as a Nationals fan selling, but I can see it both ways.
I think the Nationals are one of those teams that legitimately are on the cusp and not just one piece away from being a contender or someone that can go deep. I actually agree with you. If you focus on the right pieces to move and you can get rid of some old dead weight for ready to play talent by next year, I actually like those moves. I don't know that you're going to find those dance partners personally, but you never know.
Well, they just did with the Red Sox, you know. Yeah.
But they've got about 7 more they need to make.
It will only take 2 or 3, because my thought would be, this is the way that I always feel, is you really want to build through your lineup and your starting pitching. And I feel as though I can piece together a bullpen through free agency / people that are coming up through the system. And I've got a starter who I thought was going to be part of my plans, but he's blown out his elbow 3 times.
Right.
Now I don't think that he's going to be, a guy who's going to be able to give 5-6 innings at a go and bust out 180 innings a year. So I'm going to push him into the bullpen and see where it goes.
180 innings. That'd be great. I mean, I like the way that you're thinking for the Nationals, and I don't hate the Nationals, even though they're in the same division as the Braves. I think their young talent is really fun. We've talked about James Wood all year. We've talked about a number of their young talent all year. I don't see it this year. So if you can make some moves to make your team better for next year that you have team control over, I'm okay with that as a Nationals fan.
Cardinals. That would be my next one.
Dude, I still don't know how. I genuinely don't know what to think.
They've scuffled a little too. 3-7 in their last 10. I think they were in a wild card spot last time we talked. Now they're a game and a half out. No.
They're right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember, this is a team that we as a show picked to be the worst team in baseball this year.
Yes. We don't know what we're talking about.
Well, we don't. But at the same time, I don't think we're that far off. I still think this team is bad. They're not a good team. They are over their skis. They are overperforming. And if you got them to, let's call it a playoff or a play-in series, they're getting swept. I don't even think they're scoring a run. I don't understand this Cardinals team. They keep winning when they shouldn't. I don't like their lineup. I don't like their pitching rotation. This team to me is it's the epitome of over your skis. I don't see it. I would sell because you're not going anywhere beyond the first round. You're not.
I agree with you 100%.
Yay!
However,
oh no.
If I put myself in the shoes of a Cardinals fan, I feel like my expectation is to have a very competitive team year in, year out. And the past 3, 4, 5 years have been not meeting that standard. So for that reason, I think I would be really upset with the Cardinals if they sold off and didn't do something that indicated that they were actually going to try to compete this year. From a rational GM standpoint, I would probably be selling if I was the Cardinals because I agree with you. I don't think that this team has the horses to be able to make a deep run into the playoffs, go on a Cinderella story and make it into the World Series and win the whole thing.
Does that change if you're a fan of baseball in general and not a Cardinals fan? Because I think we've talked about this multiple times. We've been doing this for 16 months. I feel like we've talked everything at this point. But if you've seen your team win a championship in the last 5 to 10 years, does that change your perspective? Because you can say, all right, this year sucks and we're not going anywhere, even though we're over our skis. Let's make some changes. Let's sell off some pieces. Let's get rid of some dead weight. And next year we'll go again. Does that change it because you've seen it?
I think that my feeling with Cardinals fans is they're the Yankees fans of the Midwest.
You're 100% right. That's why I'm asking the question.
They expect that they are going to be competing every single year. And so I feel like they're not accepting of trying to take a step back, to take a step forward, that the attitude of the fans is stay on the gas, go, 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 even if it might not be the smartest thing to do away with the momentum that they've got this year, I think might be kind of tricky.
Well, that's kind of my point is that something you can live with as a Cardinals fan for how long have they missed the NLCS? How long have they missed that? 5 years, 6 years?
Let's see here. So they have not made it to the playoffs since 2022.
Okay, so 4 years out of the playoffs.
4 years out of the playoffs.
And I think they made the NLCS once in the last 8 years then?
They last made it to the NLCS in 2019.
Okay, so 7 years ago. Okay. So that's my question. You've seen your team win multiple World Series in your lifetime if you're 20, right?
Kind of.
You've seen two. You've seen two at least, if not a third.
Yeah, but you were 7. They last won in 2011, so...
And that's where the conversation comes in of like, when does it cut off of when you've seen your team win the championship?
My question is, who do you sell? Their entire everybody.
That's a great question.
Everybody in their offense is under 30. Lars Nootbaar is the old man of this team at 28.
Japan's greatest.
Yeah, their entire rotation under 30. Most of their bullpens under 30. Like they are a very young team.
Sell what you can, I think, is my position, and keep everybody else that you can't for next year.
I don't think that it's necessarily a bad move to sell young players, even though they're cost controlled, if you think that they're not going to be a championship caliber player that's going to get you to where you need to go.
Yeah, Lars Nootbaar is still under arbitration next year, so he's under team control.
2 years?
1 more year.
Oh, I'm thinking of NHL arbitration. Sorry.
Yeah. So he'll be under next year and then a free agent after that. So you still get a year of team control for him.
But do you want him for another year?
I'm saying to sell off.
I think he'd be fine moving.
Fair. Move him back to somebody else that
Yeah.
he's played for before.
I guess they have a decent closer, Riley O'Brien. I'm not familiar with him, but
He's been great.
He's been good. However, he just he's not on the injured list, but he is noted as being balky right now.
Yeah.
So he's down. So we'll see if anything manifests out of that. Yeah, always move bullpen pieces if you think that it's not your year. Next team, and it's the Pirates.
Sell.
no,
Sell.
nope.
Sell.
Nope.
Sell. Sell Livy Dunn, first
Nope.
of all. Because every time she's in the stands, Paul Skeens gives up like 9 runs.
You don't sell.
Yeah, I sell.
This is one of the most beleaguered franchises in
But
baseball.
you're not going anywhere. You're in 4th right now.
They're one game out of wild card.
But you're in 4th right now.
In the
You're
wild
not going
card,
No, they're 4th in the division.
in the wild card too, where
I
they're
think
one
the
game
Cardinals
out.
are 4th in the division.
No, the Cardinals just won a half game
They're a
ahead
half
of them
game
last
up.
year.
They're a half game
Yeah.
up on the
Okay.
Cardinals.
I sell.
No.
Sell.
Who?
Everyone that's not Paul Skeens.
No.
Everyone that's not Paul Skeens.
This is one of those, you got to get in. You got to give them something.
This is actually, we got an email from ESPN this week saying we don't argue enough on the show. So this is where we're going to change that.
No, this is as a Pirates fan. I'm stepping in their shoes. I want to see my team in the playoffs.
So
'Cause
do I. So do I, man. But I'm not giving up the future.
You don't have to give up the future.
You do because if you give up those young players, Paul Skeens is not staying. Not staying. He's done.
You just said give them up.
I said give up everyone but Paul Skeens.
You can argue it both ways. I think if you give up all your young talent, Paul Skeens is going to look at the team as not being built for the future. If you do nothing, Paul Skeens is going to look at a winning season and say, if not now, when? So I think that there's just an argument that you're making either way. I would go for it because, no matter what, I feel like if I've got Paul Skeens, Braxton Ashcraft, Mitch Keller, and Bubba Chandler in a playoff series, I've got a shot. And so because of that, because my pitching is young enough, because my offense can be supplemented, I think, inexpensively to a point where you can do something with it, I'm going for it. Brandon Lau, Nick Gonzalez, Brian Reynolds, Ryan O'Hearn, all doing good stuff. Connor Griffin and O'Neal Cruz, as soon as they get healthy, then they're back and you got something going. All you need to do is find a better version of Marcelo Ozuna, which shouldn't be very expensive.
So you, me, or Nels?
Yeah. No, I've seen firsthand the ace of my team drag the rest of the squad kicking and screaming to a World Series.
Yes.
Great movie.
Paul Skeens can do that. I know he's been a little rocky a little bit here and there, but we've seen him at his best if he can lock in.
The thing is, I'm not worried about Paul Skeens, and I'm not worried about the young like corner outfield and corner infield talent. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the middle infield. I'm worried about center field. I'm worried about the catcher. I don't love the offense they have right now to support any type of pitching effort you put out there. And right now it's subpar. The offensive output is subpar to the pitching effort.
I think they're second in the league in runs.
In runs, great. How many wins do they have?
54.
Okay.
It's a winning franchise. They're doing fine.
Just stop it.
They're doing
They
fine.
have a plus 40 differential.
Trust me, as much as I hate most of the teams from Pittsburgh, and I really, really do being from Columbus, I don't want to see most Pittsburgh teams win. I don't want to see the Penguins win. I don't want to see the Steelers win. I have no issue seeing the Pirates win. I want the Pirates to be good. My best friend from Ohio, his dad was a Pirates fan for his entire life, and he never got to see them win. I would love to see that happen. I don't buy it. I don't buy it with this lineup.
So far, with the 3 teams that are directly out of a National League wildcard spot, 1 game out, 1.5. You want them all to sell.
Nobody goes for it ever.
No, that wasn't the question.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's not about okay.
Are you in or out for the year? That's the question.
As a fan or as a GM?
As a fan.
As a fan,
You've said all three. You want
okay. As a fan, I'm selling.
I feel like there's some Brave stuff leaking in here.
No,
I want
there's
every
not. There's
team.
not.
What it
There's
is.
not.
I want every team.
No.
You gotta believe, man. You gotta go for it.
Hey man, I get it. I like I just said, I want the Pirates fans to have something to root for because that, like you
feels
said,
like you really don't.
No, I do because that, like you just said, Nels, that is a beleaguered franchise, and we talked about this on our first live show this year. The team that we all underrated and that we felt could be great was the Pittsburgh Pirates, and they have been, Mom, cover your ears, shit.
When? For like this year or
this year they have been, and as a franchise since the 70s.
They're 54 and 52.
That's not good enough.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. When you have a Cy Young contender on your team and you have nothing to show for it other than 2 below 500. No.
Above.
Okay, above, below doesn't matter in that division. Because you are sitting third and you're going to stick your thumb up your butt for the entire last half of the summer.
You don't need 95 wins to make the playoffs.
No, you need 90.
No, you don't.
We're going to find out because they're not going to hit 90. I'll tell you that.
You don't need 90.
The Pirates could be amazing this year. The Cubs are mid. And even though they're my World Series pick to get there from the National League, they're mid. They're not good. The Reds, not good. The Cardinals, we've talked about. They're going to sell off. They're not great. We're talking about who? The Brewers? Great. The Brewers are great. And then, who are we talking about?
So I would just like to level set
Pirates.
and say the Pirates have got the second most runs scored per game. So the offense has been doing it.
And there's still 2 games over 500, and that's it.
Yes, I know, because they need to shore up the bullpen and get a little bit more out of their starting pitching, which I think that they're going to be able to do. So I see the path forward to be a really dangerous team in the playoffs. So I'm going for it as a Pirates fan. I'm in.
If you can, but you can't guarantee that the GM of the Pirates is going to actually bring you something. That's
I'm just saying what I root for as a fan, and I want them to go for it right
Okay.
now. I want them to push some chips in. Not all the chips.
Okay, that's fine.
Not all the chips, but I want them to shore up the bullpen. I want them to get someone better than Marcell Ozuna. I want them to get a
good
little
luck. Where are you finding a DH that's for sale?
Josh Bell, Trevor Larnach. Like there's
Josh
lots,
Bell's going to the Seattle Mariners. We already talked about
Jorge
that.
Soler.
There are lots of players that
No, I'm serious. Jorge Soler.
The Angels aren't selling him, and he's not buying.
I was their GM. They're selling him.
They would. I don't think they are to the Pirates because they don't have the prospects.
Well, that's the Pirates.
it's not going to
issue.
take a lot to get a Jorge Soler or a Josh Bell or someone of that ilk. That's just going to be.
Do you want a righty or do you want a lefty?
Well, Josh Bell hit switch, so there you go.
Fair.
I don't know. All I'm saying is they should go for it. End. Fin. Done.
Yes.
Okay.
Got voted.
This last comment on the Pirates. I'm excited to see the Pirates do well. I really am.
Sounds like you're not.
I want them to do well. I think they are fun for baseball. I think they're great for baseball. I think they are a significant haul away from being a playoff contender.
Are you
They're
aware
literally a playoff contender. Right
of Esmeralda Valdez?
I said a significant playoff contender.
Well, yeah, you're trying to compare them like to the Dodgers and Brewers, and they're not.
I'm talking. Give me.
But they don't have to be. You don't have to be with 3 wild cards.
Paul Skeens, join the podcast. Tell us how much you hate the Pirates.
Okay, I got one more, and it's someone who is going to buy, but
No, it says you.
I want to ask you, how strongly would you be okay buying? Like how much would you be willing to leverage the future for 2026? Chicago White Sox.
So I heard that they don't want to give up any of their top 10 prospects. That's the scuttlebutt.
Sure.
and you're going to ride with what you have because you're not going to be able to make a ton of moves that are really going to alter the roster if you're not willing to move a heavy, high-end prospect.
No, that it's unlikely that they will. I think that what they will do compared to what I want them to do, I think is different. So the question would be, as a fan, would you want them to move a couple of those top 10 prospects and potentially go after a Scooble type to give yourself a ace going into the playoffs? Or do you just keep your powder dry, wait for that next wave of young talent to come up and just say, whatever happens in 2026 happens. We'll supplement with a couple of relievers or a number 5 starter, or, work around the edges, not with anything significant.
I'd say if you can get Scooble.
Well,
okay,
go for it.
Okay.
Well,
it's not going to happen.
You can get Scooble. Like
No, you
it
can't.
is
No,
the
you
$1 million
can't.
man thing where everyone's
Jared
got their
Reinsdorf's
price.
Not paying for that. Jared
Everyone's
Reinsdorf
got
is
their
not
price.
paying for that. He's not.
It's only going to cost you
7 years and $100 million.
No, it's going to cost you prospects. This year, Scooble is going to make what he's at like $30 million.
30, yeah.
It's going to cost you $10 million to have an ace going into the playoffs. Every
He's
single
not-
franchise can
he's
afford that.
He's only going to do this for a sign and trade. Trade and sign, whatever.
He doesn't have a statement in it.
I'm telling you, he's not going to go anywhere that they don't sign him long term.
He doesn't have a say in it.
I understand. He has a little bit through his agent because he's won arbitration, so he can have a little bit of say.
No, he has no say. He's fully under team control. Now, there is a question as to whether there's trade concepts going on, there's trade talks going on, and he telegraphs to the acquiring team saying, don't expect much more than X amount of innings from me unless I'm locked up full time. I'm not going to risk my future for the present. I will be traded to you. However, I am going to be on a hard innings limit, just in the same way that Josh Hader did, where he said, I will not be a 2-inning reliever until I get locked up to a long-term deal because I don't want to risk my arm on putting all this immense amount of stress with no assurances whatsoever.
Yeah.
Here's where I'm going to break free from every opinion I've had so far. We're doing this as a fan.
Yes.
All right.
Fan.
If I'm a fan of the White Sox, I hate Jerry Reinsdorf.
Of course you do.
Yeah. So I'm saying, yeah, I'm going all in. Pay that man. You guys seen Rounders?
Yeah,
No.
of course. But
Paid that man his money.
we're not talking about free agency. We're talking about having a deal, from those top 10 prospects and move
Hey,
3 or 4
okay,
to go in for this.
Look at the last
year.
10 years and tell me the prospects have been anything other than
I mean,
they haven't been. They've been terrible.
their prospects have gotten them to number 1 in the Central.
The last 2 or 3 draft prospects have been. You look at the last 10 years, which is generally where you see guys come through. 5 to 10 years, that's the general prospect pipeline. You're seeing 2 to 3 year guys this year, and you're seeing Murakami, which he's been amazing, been incredible for the sport. I have been a big fan of him since opening day. I don't buy anything beyond 3 years of their prospect pool because it's trash.
Well, no, I mean, no one. I mean, I'm not a prospect hoarder. I always think that prospects are wholly overvalued, and anytime you get an opportunity to go for it, you should. But Andrew Benintendi is the only old guy they've got on their roster. Everyone else is young and spry and ready to go. So, I mean, they should add. I think the question is whether they just go crazy about it or whether they just work around the edges.
It's tough because the American League is so weak.
Yes.
And
I think that's the point right there.
this is where you could really pounce and make that big move and put yourself ahead of what I'd say maybe the Rays are probably right now.
Right. Yeah.
The only team that I'd put above the White Sox for power ranking them. So, and even then, I might still put the White Sox above the Rays. So
I think I would too. I love this White Sox team.
Yeah.
I really do.
So maybe you just make a couple small moves to
I
feel like the margins.
I think you shore up the bullpen a little bit, long relievers, and then you have.
But you look at
if you can shore up a corner outfielder with a bigger bat, I'm okay with that.
I feel like
That right there, you're winning the division.
No, 'cause
you're winning the division.
if you look at a team like the Orioles, who 3 years ago everybody thought this is going to be a
they're going to
powerhouse
start a dynasty.
and just
Yep.
so I think if you got a shot, you got to take it.
And this is like one of those things where you look at their top 10 prospects, and there's going to be someone on there that is viewed as Jackson Holiday was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And people say, oh my goodness, that's the next star in the making.
I mean, he still could be.
He's still very young. He
Yeah.
could be. But there's certainly a lot of shine off of his future at this point. So I would be okay if they wanted to push everything in. I wouldn't feel bad about that at all. Because like Nell said, the whole league is ripe for the picking. And I feel as if you got a big starting pitcher and maybe another number 3 type starting pitcher. So if you were able to get, say, Jose Soriano and Skubal, or Jose Soriano and Reed Detmers, well, Reed Detmers probably isn't.
Reed Detmers is
Robbie Ray.
Robbie Ray.
Reed Detmers is the most realistic of
Robbie
of
Ray
that
would be the
list.
one that would be, kind of in that number 3 slot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reed Detmers makes a lot more sense.
Skubal is definitely going to be the number 1 weapon in playoffs.
I don't think they'll trade him in division.
That was my question. Do you think that they're going to, 1, trade him, 2, is he going in division?
I think that the Tigers would have no problem trading him in division because he's a free agent at the end of this year. And we know that
Fair,
the White Sox
fair.
aren't going to re-sign him to the number that he wants to
And he ain't
command.
going to the Guardians.
So, I've dealt him to a competitor and I've got to deal with him for the next 2.5 months. Okay, I can deal with that.
I don't hate that idea. I think it's tough for me to get to that point because I just don't think the Tiger, as much as if Josh were here, he'd tell us, oh yeah, Dave Brandon, Domino's boy. I don't even know if that's the GM anymore. He was. He's trade him for a bag of balls. He's not going to do that. Like you're going to get a king's ransom for Skubal.
I will say, as we speak, and probably shouldn't do live scores too much, but since we're so close to the deadline, Tigers are losing to Baltimore 8-5.
Gross.
White Sox very early on the Yankees up 3-0. So, and the Tigers just dropped 2 out of 3 to the Royals, who are not good. That's a team they should be beating.
Yeah.
I think they're circling the drain.
Yeah.
I think Skubal gets moved.
Well, I think the 3 of us believe Skubal will get moved. I think on our last episode, Josh was here. He said he thought he wouldn't.
Well, they were
in a different spot.
Yeah, they had been.
I don't know that they were in a worse spot than they are now.
No, they were one of the better teams in June.
They are still a great team. They have been on a heater.
They had been, but they just lost. Losing to the Royals.
I
is
understand.
Not good.
I understand, and that's in division, so it's not great. But
their in-division record is not good.
Still, their division record is not good. You're right, but they're almost out of division play except for the last 2 weeks of the season, right?
I mean, I guess, but
I think so.
I mean, there's 6 back to the division. And if you can't beat them,
what are we 4 weeks out from J Ram being back?
He's back.
Is he back
yeah,
now?
He's back already.
He's been back for a week.
Okay. Well, 6 weeks turned into a week and a half. Just kidding, J Ram. Love you.
Yeah, he's back at full strength. So
all right.
I mean, it's hard. Like the Tigers have been good. I think that they'll still continue to be good. I think the problem is it's just getting late. It's just getting late.
It's getting late early.
You're 6 games back of 500.
That's a great phrase. It's getting late early.
And I am of the opinion if you have Skubal, this is the time that you go for it. But it's not just how many games they're back. It's how many teams that they need to overtake in order to get into that wild card spot, and how many teams you assume are also going to, if not improve stay more or less the same.
Well, and not for nothing, Casey Mize he's not on the Tigers after the trade deadline. There's no way.
There's
no way.
I feel if you move Casey Mize, then you may as well move Scooble as well, because you want both of them coming into the playoffs.
I think that's the thing, that if Casey Mize goes, so does Scooble, and Casey Mize is going. He is.
And so it's having to leap the Orioles, the Astros, the Mariners, the Twins, the Guardians, the Rangers, and
the Mariners can't get out of their own way.
Get over all of those teams in order to get into the playoffs. If you get into the playoffs, you're super dangerous.
Sure.
And so maybe it's worth it, but
they have the Nationals problem of the bullpen.
Yeah.
So it's another thing. They can get like a couple of guys who can kind of anchor that down a little bit better and turn, some losses into wins.
I'm with you.
That's what burned them in the Royals.
I'm with you.
Some late runs they gave up. So,
and the Royals are god awful. Even with Bobby Witt, they're god awful. They're terrible.
Not if they're playing the Giants.
Who isn't?
Like 28 other teams right now. It's the Brewers' turn tonight.
Sadly, it just feels like the Royals are just not showing up. Their pitching didn't show up this year. Their ancillary hitters didn't show up this year. I really didn't believe in Mikel Garcia last year, and he was great. And then this year, we're
gonna give a shout out to a Royals player that has set a record since the last time we met.
Cool.
Salvador Perez.
Oh yeah.
Why you looked at me like I didn't know what I was talking about?
I didn't know what you were gonna say.
Salvi Perez, yeah.
Most home runs.
Yeah, all-time home runs as a Royal. He tied George Brett, right?
Passed him.
He passed him. Okay,
yep.
He passed him. I knew he tied him, but I didn't see if he passed him.
Get the bronze artist fired up.
Let's
Lay
hope
the commission down right now.
Let's hope it's not the same guy that did the Ronaldo statue or the Charlie Kirk statue.
Oh, God.
The Charlie Kirk statue may have been on purpose.
So
your teams, you got one more.
Nope, those are all the teams that I think that I've got on my docket that I wanted to talk about.
How about we take a quick break, and then we'll come back with some bad and good players that we expected neither from. See you in a minute. And welcome back in. Before we get into our good and bad, the first half of the season, let's talk a little bit about sponsors, guys. You want to talk about sponsors?
I love sponsors.
I love sponsors. So today's Sippin' Beers, as you know, is sponsored by Utepils Brewing, because life is too short to drink bad beer and way too long to listen to Josh explain why the Tigers are actually better than their record. This episode is also brought to you by Pit Liquor. It's hard to read sponsors. It really is. You can smell like confidence, or you can smell like that guy who forgot deodorant at softball. It's not as funny when you mess up the line. The choice is yours. For our listeners, go to pitliquor.com/swingandamiss for 15% off your first order. Again, that's pitliquor.com/swingandamiss for 15% off your first order. Thank you to our sponsors, Utepils Brewing and Pit Liquor, and let's get into the bad and the good.
Let's start on a positive note.
No.
Okay.
No, we can't. I'm kidding.
So I want to talk about someone who's just an underdog story that you always really like when this guy comes onto your team, and he's on one of the best teams in baseball right now, and he is driving the engine of their offense. And that is one Jake Bauers for the Milwaukee Brewers. He's playing first base as well as corner outfield. Bats left. He's 30 years old right now.
Good for him.
And this is really, in all practical purposes, his first full season in the major leagues. The Brewers are the 7th organization he's been with since being drafted out of high school. He's played with the Padres, the Reds, the Yankees, the Guardians. He debuted in 2018, played partial seasons in 2018, 2019, didn't play in the MLB at all in 2020, didn't play at all in the MLB in 2022, was in the minor leagues that whole time. And he's been crushing the ball right now.
Yeah.
He is right now leading the Brewers with 18 home runs. He's second on the team with 16 doubles. He's second on the team in RBI. He's second on the team with runs. It's Bryce Terang that's really, the only offensive player that's above him. And obviously he's not doing defensively what Bryce Terang is. He's only grounded into a double play 3 times this year. So not only is he doing a good job of hitting, but he's also doing an excellent job of situational baseball. And right now he is hitting just absolutely phenomenally well. He's increased his batting average over 2025 by 60 points, his on base by 50 points, and he is above a 500 slug this year. It has been a phenomenal year for Jake Bauers, and man, are you just not excited to see a guy like really finally put it together later on into his career and make something of themselves? And not only make something for themselves, but it's not hollow production. He's contributing heavily to a championship caliber team. And so, man, that's just awesome. And who would have seen this coming?
Not us. And we're dumb. So that's why. we have a lot of episodes you could go back to and listen to how we expected the season to go. And I don't think he made it on any of our watch lists. So yeah, we're dumb.
Yep. I will kind of go in that same vein. The guy I have he's finally put it together, although he's still very, very young. He's not 30. He's only 24. And he's burst on the radar this year and really burst on the radar. A week ago, 2 weeks ago? When was the home run derby? Because he won it and nobody picked him to win it. Just like nobody's picked his team to do anything, but they're doing something.
And looked like about the coolest cat in the world doing it.
Yeah.
Just don't go back and listen to that episode. We all picked him to win.
Yeah. That is Jordan Walker of the St. Louis Cardinals. He is a former first-round pick drafted by the Cardinals in 2020. So he had that pedigree. This is his 4th season. He's finally put it together. His first season wasn't too bad. The last 2 have been bad. He was sent back to the minors in 2024. Last year, he started to hit okay, but he ran into some injury issues with his wrist and stuff. I think he had a appendectomy too or something like that. This year is the year he's putting it together. Leads the Cardinals in home runs with 22, RBIs with 77. He's slugging 510, OPS of 856. And his glove has turned around too, because that had been rough in the outfield early on in his career. And I mean, we're talking like -16 defensive runs saved, like bad. He's in the positives. So he's really turned that around. He has 2 defensive runs saved. So all in all, he's just really improved his game on both sides. And is one of the main reasons the Cardinals are where they're at right now and why we probably didn't see it coming, because we kind of thought he was headed down to Bustville with a one-way ticket. And he said, nope. I'm hitchhiking back to the All-Star game, sir.
It's a great pick. It's a real bummer that the guys wouldn't let me be only negative on the show today. So
you got plenty of negativity in regardless.
I told you can pick you can give us like 3 honorable mentions. I
got a lot of negative. But my positive is Zack Gelof. One of the more surprising breakout stories this year. After back-to-back disappointing seasons where injuries and strikeouts nearly derailed his career, he's quietly bounced back with an 803 OPS, double-digit home runs. I got ahead of myself, and has become one of the A's most valuable players. The biggest change has really been he shortened his swing, cut down on his swing and a miss.
Hey!
Thanks for the free plug. And embraced a super utility role instead of being locked in at second base. It's a great example of a player reinventing himself instead of trying to force his old game. And when I look at his kind of super utility player stats, he has 1,000 fielding percentage at 4 positions, which I don't know that we've seen definitely haven't seen it in baseball this year. We haven't seen it in a long time. Second base, left field, right field, center field. He has 1,000 fielding percentage. This is my pick.
Is that good?
This is pretty good. You
All right.
can't get any better than that. That's my pick for best of the surprises for the first half of the season. Yeah,
Excellent.
for sure.
Okay.
Now
Ben,
we can get negative.
Ben, it's your favorite.
You can lead it off.
You,
Let's go
you
negative.
can get super negative. Let's go evil with it.
Go down. My first one, and I'll give you some honorable mentions. Freddie Peralta.
Okay.
Freddie Peralta has been absolute trash. The Mets thought that they were getting an ace, and they have got a hot bag of steamy crap since they traded for him. He's got a negative .02 WAR. He had a 5.5 last season. He's 5-9 this year. He was 17-6 all last season. He has a 4.99 ERA. He had a 2.70 last season. He's given up 4 less hits to date this season than he did all last season. He's already given up 17 more runs right now than last season. And 10 more earned runs. He's only given up 4 less home runs to date than he did last season, and almost 100 less strikeouts through this point in the season compared to last season. Freddie Peralta has been an absolute embarrassment. And shout out, like we've talked about them on many episodes, and I've communicated with them in the last couple of episodes on social media. NYMLB Talk. The Mets fan of the two of them, he knows they're trash. He knows they are absolute trash. But Freddie Peralta has been absolutely god awful. And I don't know that there's a starting pitcher this year that's been worse.
He is going to get traded to a team.
I know he is.
And
he'll turn it around.
And he will
He'll
turn right
around.
back into like
He'll turn it
regular
around.
Freddie Peralta.
I know.
He's going to wash the Mets stink off of him.
But right now.
I know.
He is a hot, wet wipe of crap.
It's not, you're not wrong. I just think that it's going to be hilarious when he's just like, nope, it's just Queens. It's just Queens. It's just the smell of Queens that I do not like.
Smell of Queens.
Yeah, let's stay in the NL East and talk about someone who I think makes a case for being a borderline Hall of Famer already in his career.
Oh.
And that's Trey Turner.
Oh. Oh, shout out Sean.
So
Yeah.
We've talked about him in the group chat.
I'm not exactly sure what's going on because his average has dropped by 53 points. He's hitting 236 this year compared to 289 through the first half of 25. His on base has gone down by almost 60 points. His slug has gone down by 78 points. His OPS has gone down by 137 points. He's struck out 22 times more in the first half of 26 than he did in 25. Trey Turner has been a good bat and an excellent defender and a very fast guy. He's still exceptionally fast. As near as I can tell, the athleticism is still there. But right now he's hitting like Ezequiel Duran, Andres Jimenez, Edward Julian. These are the people that are in his peer group when it comes to his offensive contributions. When you look at his stats right now, the thing that really jumped out to me was that in 25, he was hitting pulled fly balls about 16% of the time. Now that's down at 13%. And he was hitting opposite ground balls 6% of the time, and now it's 10% of the time. So when you think of about the worst hit that you can have, it's hitting an opposite field ground ball. It means that you're behind in your swing and you're getting fooled on pitches and you're not making strong contact.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's going on right now. And he's striking out a lot more than he did before. The bat speed seems to be the same. His on time seems to be really the thing that is not keeping up. So I wonder if it's just he's not seeing the ball as well as he used to. He's not picking it up out of the hand, or he's getting fooled by more breaking stuff and off speed than he did ever before. But it's gone bad quickly, but he's still ridiculously fast. So you'd figure that the athleticism would still carry the day. And he's a bad hitter right now.
He's a terrible hitter right now.
And it's hard because he's such an exciting player. You really want him to put it together, but it's been such a rough season for him.
Mm-hmm.
And the Phillies are an old team, and they need all of their old players to play with like their old selves in order for them to make a run in the postseason. And Trey Turner's really going to need to step it up, or hopefully the Phillies have got somebody waiting in the wings or are going to make a move at the trade deadline to take some weight off of this guy.
I don't buy it.
You don't buy what?
That they have someone waiting in the wings to take the pressure off Trey Turner. I really don't. Well, and also, I don't know that I see someone taking that contract on.
I don't think that they trade him. I think that
they're not going to trade him.
What they'll do is, perhaps it's just moving him off of shortstop and onto second base just to rest him a little bit, and hopefully like that gives him a mental reset so he doesn't have to deal with the defensive load that he does right now, and maybe that helps. Or you can play him part-time against favorable matchups and have somebody else that can platoon with him. I don't know what the answer is, but it's
late in the season. That's tough.
That's the drop-off has been faster than I would have thought for somebody who is as athletic as he is.
Phenomenal slide.
And still remains to be.
Phenomenal slide.
Mm-hmm.
Best slide in baseball. I agree with you.
He's 33. Maybe he hit the wall. It happens.
Father time catches up to all of us.
But usually it's a decline. It's not just
yes.
and you're done.
So I know and I understand that. It's just that I would have expected some other metrics like bat speed and overall speed or injury to really play a part. And you can't point to any of those things being a contributing factor at this point.
Yeah. Well,
I want to say that I disagree with you because I don't trust that the Phillies will not make an incredible run at the end of the year. But I don't trust Trey Turner. I really don't. So I like it. I'm okay with it. I don't believe you, but yep, I'm going to go with it. Cool.
Well, I decided to just take the low-hanging fruit of most surprising bad player. And this isn't even low-hanging. This is fruit that's just on the ground rotting.
Is this Calvin?
No, it's Caleb, actually. I didn't realize that was
I thought it was
name.
Calvin.
No, it's Caleb.
Oh, sorry, Calvin.
Yeah. Caleb Cal Raleigh. What has happened, dude? Now, I knew he was having a bad season, but I haven't really looked at his numbers, and woof, beyond woof.
I will give Josh this modicum of credit because he's not here.
And he won't listen.
And he won't listen, so it's fine. Josh did say this last year will be the only season he has like that. However, he never said he'd hit 167 the year after.
Yeah, there's a difference between not having that season again and doing what he's doing. He's hitting.
Good Lord.
He's never been an average guy. He's always hovered around the 220, 240 mark, but he's hitting 165 right now.
Did it drop after yesterday when I did my notes?
He's slugging
167.
He's slugging 300. Slugging 300. His OPS plus, where 100 is average, so anything above you're above average, below you're below, is 64. Just bad on bad on bad on bad. 10 home runs after hitting 60 last year. Now, he missed 30 games because of a strained oblique. So you think, okay, maybe he was hurt. Well, he's been just as trashy since he got back in June from that. So I saw an article that I guess they're saying maybe the WBC messed him up because he got 9 at bats over or 4 at bats over 9 days.
Okay.
And and then they said he like really had to ramp up extra to try and get ready for the season, and he like hasn't been himself. I don't buy that.
No, I don't either. That's a load of crap.
Yeah,
that's a load of crap. When I thought it was only bad players I could do, Cal Raleigh was at the top of my list.
I mean, he has to be. Yeah, nobody thought he'd hit 60 again, but he's always been,
we were thinking 30,
well, that's
35.
What he's been 27, 30, 34, 60, 10. Like, it's just bad. His slugging is 489, 456, 436, 589, 300. He's only 29. It's not like
he very well could turn it around, but right now he is absolute crap.
I feel like something has been wrong with him since the WBC. I think that I was surprised when the WBC was being played and Will Smith was getting playing time above him.
Yeah.
That didn't exactly make sense to me.
No.
And it made me think that something was physically wrong with him. He had the oblique. I want to believe that there's an underlying issue that is not going to be resolved until they get to the offseason.
Yeah. Looking at his baseball savant page, hard hit rates down. His bat speed is still up. It's up. That's red.
Dalton Rushing he's ahead of him in every category.
Everybody's ahead of him in every category.
But Dalton Rushing is ahead of him in every category.
Well, that's, point taken. I mean, it's bad on bad on bad. There's no silver lining to his season at all anywhere. It's just been rough. And somehow, some way, the Mariners are still, 2.5 out of a playoff spot, division and wild card.
And if you look at, we've talked about the Rangers before, and they're right there with the Mariners. If the Mariners had Cal Raleigh at 30% of last year, they're running away with this division.
Yeah,
but they're not right now because Cal Raleigh is trash.
He might be chasing more. His K percentage is up to 32%, which is by far a career high. So it could be chasing more, not catching up to fastballs. Who knows? But something ain't right up in the Pacific Northwest with that young man.
I like how we say young man.
Well,
yeah, I get it. I get it.
He is in his 20s.
Yeah, well, none of us are.
No,
not even Josh when he's here. Josh is our youngest member, and he's still not in his 20s. Can we talk about Vlad Guerrero?
I can do an honorable mention.
We talk about the honorable mention Vlad Guerrero Jr. and also Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker has been a disappointment.
See, now I thought about it, but it doesn't matter.
It might not matter. I don't care about that. But it's the same argument that I have with you guys about Juan Soto. He's not worth what he's being paid.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Look at where the Dodgers are. It doesn't
look
matter.
at where the Mets are.
Well,
so I can make the argument for Juan Soto, but not Kyle Tucker.
Okay, yeah.
No, stop it. Stop it. They both suck.
No, he has not been good.
No, not at all.
But
he's
it doesn't
been a
matter.
subpar
That's
defender and an absolute atrocious batter.
Are we talking about Kyle Tucker? Or
Yeah.
are we talking about Vladimir Guerrero?
No. Juan Soto versus Kyle Tucker.
Oh, Juan Soto. Okay.
But that's why I would, for this exercise, I'd much lean towards Vlad Guerrero being the disappointment because
you want to say Juan Soto.
No.
You want to say Juan Soto.
I don't.
You do.
I don't. We already did a Met and dumped on them.
Do it.
No, Vlad Guerrero is supposed to be the face of a franchise, and I don't know what's up with him. I guess he's hurt because he took the All-Star game off. He didn't want to play it, so maybe he's hurt too.
Is he hurt, or
He
is
must
he
be.
just saying he's hurt?
I also felt like there was some element of that where he didn't feel like he was deserving of getting that fan vote, and so
What did he have, like 7 home runs before the All-Star break?
I don't know,
7 or 8.
It
wasn't good.
And none of them were at home. They're all on the road.
Yeah, they're all on the road. He can't hit in.
He has
in
6 on the
Bells Rogers.
It's been
center.
Vlad Guerrero has not been what he was last year. His average has been not what it was last year, but he hasn't been as bad as Cal Raleigh has.
No. Cal Raleigh's by far been the worst. I mean, he's still hitting okay. He's 93 OPS. He's slugging 355. That's not good. But his OPS, well, yeah, it's the thing. He's not hitting for power. But his OPS is 700, which is not terrible.
It's not nothing. It's not nothing. But he is, as an individual batter in that lineup, he's bad.
Yeah, and for a guy who's supposed to be face of the franchise, anchor of everything, if that guy is failing,
well,
you're going to be
right
where
now,
the Blue Jays are at.
Right now, his
not only
OPS
that,
is the lowest of his career.
Oh yeah.
No,
So-
and not only it's a team that was in the World Series last year.
It's
So you're telling me you lose Bo Bichette, which is really the only offensive threat you lost, and he can't hit now? Okay.
No,
I think it's
okay.
I think it's a total system failure that they've got going on right now.
I
Whatever
agree
was
with
clicking with them last year just didn't work this year. And
My doppelganger is really failing.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure because, the Blue Jays were not a great team in 2024.
No.
And then they surprised everyone last year. And now they're back to pretty much where they were in 2024.
They were they were worse in 24.
Except for their stars are not starring the way that you think that they should have.
It's a lot of mediocre.
There's a lot of mediocre. So you've got, you were expecting more things out of George Springer. You were expecting more things out of Vlad Guerrero. The only bright spots are Ernie Clement and Kazuo Okamoto. So everyone else has just been blech.
How old is George Springer? 36?
something like that. Yeah.
36, 37, something like that.
He's getting up there. Okay.
Yeah. And the decline in George Springer is probably expected, but no one was expecting Alejandro Kirk to fall off the cliff. No one was expecting Vladimir Guerrero to fall off the cliff.
Kevin Gausman hasn't been what he's been the last few years.
Yeah, although Kevin Gausman, that makes sense from an age standpoint.
Yeah.
Trey Savage, we were expecting big things from him coming off of his postseason performance, and he hasn't been the pitcher that you hoped he would be. Like, he's been fine, but he hasn't been a number 2 caliber starter. So it's just been bad times up north. So
it goes.
I still want to believe that they can do something, but it's just not going to happen.
It's not
this year.
It's not going to happen this year. No, I know it's not. I know it's not. They were such a fun team last year.
So fun.
That hangover.
And we're not going to get a fun team in the World Series.
Oh,
this year.
hard disagree.
No. Oh, well.
The Brewers are fun. The Rays are fun.
Both of those
Brewers
are not making
aren't
the World Series. They're not making the World Series. No way.
What do you mean?
No way. No way.
It's the Dodgers. I'm sorry. I don't want it to be the Dodgers either, but
I kind of think you want it to be the Dodgers.
I don't.
I'm looking at you right now, and you're like, it's going to be the Dodgers.
What's your dad's name?
Bill.
Your eyes get
Bill.
bright and shiny.
Hi, Bill.
Bill. Hey, Bill.
Nels wants you to be happy, and he wants the Dodgers
Nels
to
wants
win
you to
another
only
World
be happy
Series
for the rest of your life. Only Dodgers, the
I would
NL
be-
representative.
That's the only silver lining is my dad is happy. No,
My-
I'm a realist.
My dad roots for no team. I wonder actually who his team is if he had to pick one.
root for the no team. Is that what he says? Is that what he sings during the game?
I'll find out this weekend when I'm at the WPBL
Root for
games.
nobody.
He actually, I'm gonna get him a Firebells hat. Oh man, the Firebells! What a great name!
Yes.
Excellent name.
Excellent name.
I got their shirt.
Did you really?
Yeah, okay.
Nice.
I should wear it.
Well, wear it this weekend when you're at SmackDown.
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam.
Get it right or pay the price.
Smack Slam.
Smack Slam.
Yes. Trademarked by nobody.
Oh man. Any other really good or really bad people we need to discuss?
No.
I mean, we could probably be here all day doing it. So I think we
I don't feel like we gave Kyle Tucker his due with how
because
bad
he's
been.
masked by.
I understand, but that's not the point. He's been trash.
Yeah.
The worst.
So is
play-
Willie Adamas. You want to talk about that?
No.
Well, then.
I'm not talking about Pages either.
Well, I don't want to talk about them. I don't want to talk about the Dodgers.
Pages has been great defensively. He's been
That's why
terrible.
we don't.
Been terrible with the bat.
We can talk about them in October.
Fair enough. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the fan favorite. I swear I can't talk this episode. Someone take it over for me.
Avery demands answers.
We're going
and
to come back
trivia.
with everyone's fan favorite, Avery demands answers.
Thank you, Tyler.
And trivia.
All right, let's move into the fan favorite segment and one we love so much. It's Avery demands answers. Say it with me, guys.
Avery demands answers.
How old do you have to be to play Major League Baseball?
All right, Avery's question this week is, how old do you have to be to play in Major League Baseball?
It sounds like she wants to play.
She might want to. She is fairly young. She's 5, and
Well,
I've met my sister. Not the most athletic person in the world. Her husband played soccer for a long time. Very athletic guy when it comes to his feet. I don't know that I'd trust him with a ball and a glove in his arm.
we were talking about Avery.
Well, yeah. Well, we're talking. I'm just
Avery,
going to talk in mumbles.
Avery, next time you're in Minnesota, I'll coach you up. We'll get you ready for it.
Hey,
I've seen him do it.
We'll get you to some showcases, get you in front of some scouts. They'll see what you can do.
I've seen him do it. He's all right.
I think the official answer is there's no law limit.
Ain't no law
No.
says the baby can't play.
No, there isn't. You can swing that stick, get in there, kid.
Swing a stick.
But there's been like minors, like actual under 18-year-olds in the major leagues before. So it's not uncommon for teenagers to be in there. Well, I guess uncommon, but
It's
rare.
right? Because
think-
wasn't Bryce Harper 18 when he made his
I
debut?
think he was. Soto was like 19, I think.
Yes.
Can we go back a few segments and talk about someone who's been terrible this year?
No,
Because Soto sucks.
we cannot. But yeah, there's been actual like legal children in Major League Baseball.
So I think the rule is that for a player that is eligible for the first year player draft, they have got to be a senior in high school in order to be drafted. So that means that you could very possibly be 17 years old, drafted to a pro baseball team, and be playing that very same summer if you're good enough.
Now, what if you're like doing like the Doogie Howser kind of smart, where you're graduating at 10 years old?
Well, if you're a team doctor, I think that's different.
Well, he could have.
I think so.
He's like, I don't want to do medical school. I got the baseball
Right.
skills.
I don't know what the technical rule is on that, but then there's the international draft where players are signed at 15, 16 years old and then go into the system, and traditionally that those players will remain within their home countries, play in the Venezuelan League or the Dominican League up until they get to 18 years old, and they'll come across for organized summer league ball. So I'd say that generally 18 years old is about as young as you'll see anyone make their major league debut. However, there have been younger players in the past.
Yeah.
So the youngest player that I know of is a player called Joe Relaford, who was 12 years old.
Only 7 years away, Avery. You can do it.
And so
you can do it.
he did not play MLB, but he did play for the Fitzgerald Pioneers of the Georgia State League, because the team was down by a lot of runs and the crowd started chanting, "Put in the bat boy, put in the bat boy." So they put a bat in his hand. They gave him that bat. He grounded out. He played center field, and he was a young black boy. And so he wound up breaking the color barrier of the Georgia State League.
Holy cow.
So that was back in 1952.
Well, how about that?
And then
it's a twofer.
And then the team got fined because they said, "Hey,
For what?
Please don't put young boys into
Okay.
professional baseball."
Okay, for the age thing, not
It
for
was the
any-
age thing.
Okay.
It wasn't because of the race thing.
Oh, well, that's good.
We're double fining you.
All right. Well, hopefully that satisfied the answer for you, Avery, this week. Avery demands answers every time we record. She gives us a question that we don't know beforehand. Well, I do, but you guys don't.
No, you spring it on us.
But I never.
When you just don't know the answer anyway. So
Oh, I never know the answer.
But-
You're right.
Well,
Nailed it.
The youngest player to play MLB was Joe Nuxhall. And he did that probably because of the war. So he did that at just almost 16 years old. He was 15 years and some days.
Yep.
A few days away from his 16th birthday. And he was a pitcher and wound up pitching for the Reds. So
The Cincinnati Reds.
if your country goes to war and all of the 20-somethings are off in Europe and the Pacific, then you too could play Major League Baseball.
No, let's cheer on for that war and get some youths.
I do not want to cheer on for that war. No, do not want that.
I feel like that the Ohio pipeline of Hall of Famers was really, really stout in the 1800s and early 1900s. So maybe we didn't go to war that much as a state.
Civil. We did the civil.
Well, we did that, but
I'm sure that had a
I think pro
significant-
ball was hopping as it was.
No.
Today's was then.
not a ton. All right, so let's move on to Ballpark Brews, and today we have an American staple.
It is named after a ballpark.
It is named after.
Is a
Well, the
sponsor for-
ballpark's named after it.
Is it?
Yeah.
I guess.
What
Yeah.
came first?
The chicken or the egg? We are going with the Mountains Are Blue Coors Light.
Cold as the Rockies.
Cold as the Rockies.
The team.
The Silver Bullet.
Cheers, boys.
I haven't heard the Silver Bullet in forever.
Silver
They
Bullet.
kind of stepped away from that, didn't
is
they?
Did they?
also
I feel like they did.
I thought that they still had. When were they doing the train commercials? Was the train called the Silver Bullet?
Oh yeah.
The train would show up and
It-
they would bring ice
And it was
with it.
and it was so cold.
It would cover people with ice and
Oh
freeze
Lord,
them.
I feel like that was at least 10 years ago.
Silver Bullet was a moniker for the Ohio State defense for a long time.
Excellent. It's also a Stephen King story.
Yep. That's very true.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Nels.
Well, we kind of phoned it in on the old Ballpark Brews this week, but that's okay.
Wow. Wow.
Um,
I had it in my fridge.
Yes, you did. For all the, I don't know what you want to call these kind of beers.
The macro brews.
The Bud Lights, the Coors Lights, the Michelobes of the world,
dad beers.
the dad beers, the American watered down beers. This one's probably my favorite.
I'm right there with you. This is
Out of-
also
Me
this
too.
is also my favorite macro American dad
Yeah.
beer.
That's the nicest one we'll put it. I've heard worse terms. So, I'm gonna give it a single. It's not anything that you're gonna be like, yes, I want that beer when you're going out to have beer. But if somebody has it, or if you're at a house party, or you just need a beer, you just need something, you had a day and you want a beer and it's there for you. It's a comforting single that gets on base. It's like a Luis Ariz single. It's gonna come through for you.
Well, you calm down with Luis Ariz.
It's not gonna. You're
Calm
probably
down.
not. You're not getting that grand slam. You're not getting the slugging 850, anything like that. But you're gonna get that single, and it's gonna be there for you.
I feel like it's very much it's a single in the box score type of a beer.
Yeah.
Where maybe it's a swinging bunt, maybe it's just a little flare that shoots over the shortstop's head and drops harmlessly in between shortstop and the left fielder. But
It keeps the lineup moving.
it's a hot day. You've been mowing the lawn, or you come in, you're drenched in sweat, and you want a shower beer. This will do it for you.
Oh, man, I love a shower beer. I actually, I agree. I don't think there's anything wrong with a Coors Light. I have had many in my life, and I agree. I think a single actually hits it right on the head. It's not a single that is rude or diminishing. It's a solid single. Solid single.
Where does this rank amongst your macro brew dad beers?
Well, I'm not a dad, so
No, but we're classifying the beers, not you and your progeny.
4.5.
Okay, all right.
4.5. Yeah.
So right in the middle
Yeah.
of the macro brew beers.
Yeah, 4.5.
Not tops the way Nels and I feel about it.
No.
All right.
I mean, I love it. It's not a summer shandy, but it's still very, very good.
I'd say Shandy's like too fancy to.
Oh yeah,
To
yeah.
put
You
in
got to
with
put
this.
your pinky up when you have a shandy.
Yeah. No, these are like I said, your Bud Lights, your Michelobes, your Coors Lights. Anything you're going to find at a very small end liquor store that just sells the basics.
Not mad about it. All right. Trivia?
Trivia's.
Let's do it. All right. So last Monday in the top of the 5th inning, A's rookie Joshua Peruta Grauer fouled a ball off his own balls.
Oh God.
Yeah. That was not good for him.
He suffered a ruptured testicle and ended up having to have multiple emergency surgeries.
Is the trivia where I want you to stop talking about this?
But
or
he,
not?
but he finished the at bat
Yes, he did.
and he lined a single to center field. And then he went back out to play the bottom of the 5th at third base before being replaced defensively by Donovan Walton for the bottom of the 6th. So today's trivia is all about weird injuries in Major League Baseball.
All right.
Who would like to start?
I will start.
What Minnesota Twin strained his left hand in 2025 when he was carrying a case of water, but lost his grip and he tried to regain possession?
I remember this. I feel like this was Matt Wallner.
It was not. Nels?
I don't know. Trevor Larnach?
No. Tyler?
Simeon Woods Richardson.
No.
Is it Royce Lewis?
It was not.
Okay.
It was Jose Miranda.
Jose Miranda. Yeah.
All right, Nels.
Sure.
What Milwaukee Brewer, while already on the IL, got his ring finger stuck in between the outfield wall pads while shagging fly balls in 2023? He ripped his nail bed off and fractured his finger.
Christian Yelich?
That is incorrect. He's here for the party.
He's here for the party.
He is.
Sal Stewart?
No.
Cheerio?
No. First name.
Ryan Braun.
Rowdy Tellez.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Tyler.
Yes.
In 2022, this Astros right-hander had to push back his scheduled ALCS start against the Yankees by a game because he was hit on the elbow by a champagne bottle during Houston's clubhouse celebration after beating the Mariners in the ALDS.
Let's go with Lance McCullers.
Ding, ding, ding.
Hey,
There you go. Lance McCullers Jr.
Junior.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah,
Not
junior,
senior.
Of course. That's ridiculous. All right, Nels.
Yeah.
In 2022, while recovering from an oblique strain, this Met was bitten on his right throwing hand at home by one of his dogs. The bite was not expected to prolong his stay on the injured list.
2022?
2.
I will say I'll say DeGrom. Is he on the team then?
He might have been, but that's not
Okay.
right.
Cookie Carrasco?
No.
Oh, back to me. Alonzo.
No.
He was a pitcher, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Yes.
Pitcher.
Edwin Diaz.
Nah.
Okay.
Max Scherzer.
oh,
okay.
Max Scherzer. Tyler.
Yeah.
In 2021, this Cleveland pitcher had a wardrobe malfunction to blame for causing a non-displaced fracture in his right thumb. According to manager Terry Francona, the pitcher injured his thumb while taking off his undershirt and getting it caught on the chair at his locker. Quote from Terry Francona. He was, I think, probably rather aggressively ripping off his shirt.
Oh. Did you say starting pitcher or just pitcher?
Pitcher. Just
Pitcher.
pitcher. I think he was
what year did you say?
2021. I think he was a starting pitcher.
Okay. I am completely blanking on the starting pitchers from 2021, and I know that there are some good ones there, but I just sort of block out. They all kind of mesh together in just this blob of starting pitchers for me. So
You can do it, Nels.
I'm gonna pass.
Oh, Shane Bieber.
No.
Okay.
It's real quick back to you.
That's
I'm still blanking on any names.
Is it Aaron Savale?
No.
Is that his name?
Yeah, there was an Aaron Savale.
Okay.
Zach Plesac.
There you are.
Zach Plesac. All right, Nels.
Yep.
This is what I wanted Josh to be here for,
Why?
because it's a Tigers question. During this Tigers rookie season of 2006, the 100 stop it. The 100-mile-per-hour throwing right-hander injured his right wrist while playing the popular video game Guitar Hero and missed 3 games. Nevertheless, the 22-year-old ended up appearing in 62 games with a 1.94 ERA and 10.5 strikeouts per 9 innings. And on the Xbox,
X-Pac.
you guys want to take over?
Why don't
D-Generation X.
Good
Yeah, I was gonna
Lord.
say.
X-Pac.
Triple H.
And on the Xbox 360 version of Guitar Hero 2, he got a special message in the credits, which read, "No pitchers were harmed in the making of this game, except for one. He had it coming."
Is it Verlander?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh man, let's go back to Scherzer.
No, it's not Scherzer.
Was Fernando Rodney a rookie then?
I think he was 1 year removed.
Is it him?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not. It's not.
I'm out.
Joel Zumaya.
Joel Zumaya.
I feel like Josh would have had that.
Oh, yeah, 100% he would have.
Think so?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Where are we at? Tyler. In 1993, this Blue Jay missed 3 games in August 1993 with frostbite on his left foot because he left an ice pack on his foot too long.
Joe Carter.
That's a great guess, but no.
Roberto Alomar.
Also a great guess, but no.
Paul Molitor.
Another great guess, but no.
Oh, who else was on that 93 team?
It's a guy that has not played for the Blue Jays for very long.
Ricky Henderson.
There you go.
Oh!
Ricky Henderson. All right, Tyler. From 2011 to 2015, this giant had a string of freak injuries. First, the left-handed reliever cut his hand while trying to separate frozen hamburger patties for a barbecue in September 2011. The next season, in May 2012, shut up, Nels, He sprained his right knee when his 4-year-old jumped into his arms. Then in August 2015, he partially dislocated his left knee while playing with his kids on an off day at Loon Lake near his off-season home in Spokane, Washington. Who is this giant? And if you get this wrong, I swear, because we're not going to give Nels this, that we're not going to give it to him.
We're going to have to give it to Nels because I can't think of any giants.
J.A.
J.A. That's still of no help to me.
Oh, balls.
Go for it,
All
Nels.
right, go ahead.
It was Jeremy Affeldt.
Yeah, it was.
I was wondering which weird Giants injury you were going to throw
There's
throw in
one.
there.
There's one that I know.
To be
that
fair,
I'm
I
waiting for it
did
to
not.
come
I
up
did
with.
not throw it your way.
Well,
You got
It's
it.
going to get thrown in there.
All right, Nels.
Yeah.
In 2019, this Mets star outfielder had his comeback from Twins surgeries to remove calcification from both heels derailed by a freak injury suffered on his ranch in Port St. Lucie, Florida. He fractured his right ankle when he suffered a quote-unquote violent fall and twisted his ankle in a hole. Months later, the New York Post reported that he suffered the injury during an interaction with a wild boar. The accident spurred the Mets to reconstructure his contract, reducing the guaranteed portion of his 2020 salary from $29.5 million to just $6 million, while he was able to earn some of the money back with playing incentives.
2019? Is that what you said?
That was a lot of words. Yes, 2019.
Mets. Okay.
He was 2019 Mets.
Michael Conforto.
No.
This is the one I was waiting for. Cespedes.
Yo, anus, it is. Yo, anus, it is. His injuries have derailed his career, have been
Yep.
amazing. All right. Tyler, last trivia question. In 2019, this Nationals right-handed reliever had a barbell drop on him and break his nose while he was doing hip exercises in a squat rack at PNC Park. He attached a mobility cord to the barbell to hold it steady as he worked out, but that, well, didn't work. However, since it was a clean break, he was allowed to continue to pitch.
I do not know, and I feel like I should definitely know this Nationals reliever because they
don't-
won the World Series this year.
I don't know that I would have known this one.
I don't know. Matt Capps.
It's a great guess, but no.
He pitched earlier for the Nationals in 2019.
Is Tyler Clippard still on the team then?
He was, but that's not correct.
I am out of Nationals relievers from 2019.
Wasn't there a guy named Romero? Was it JC Romero?
He was on
JC
that
Romero
team, but
was
you are also,
all over the place.
You're also
Okay.
incorrect.
Okay.
Well,
Let us
I'll
know.
get one more. One more.
Ask Nels.
Oh, I'm out too.
What do you got?
Got nothing? Oh, Hunter Strickland.
Hunter Strickland.
Oh, I
All
should have
right.
known him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask one?
Yeah, go for it.
Because it's a well. What
I'm not going to know it, but go
you
ahead.
might, because I'll narrow it down. What
Trevor Bauer.
No. What recently elected Hall of Famer landed on the disabled list when he slipped while washing his truck and broke his wrist?
It's got to be Jeff Kent.
That is correct.
I didn't even get to guess.
Well, you only had a couple of.
You had
it
one
was
of three.
Andrew
Jones.
Jeff Kent.
Andrew Jones was going to be my
Yeah.
guess. Oh man, this has been a fun episode. So this is episode 36. We appreciate you guys listening to us and going to our socials. Nels, what are our socials?
Swing and a miss pod on the Instagram, on the Twitter, on the
Pretty
Facebook.
Every place that
We're on
good
the
socials are found.
we're on the TikTok.
We're on the TikTok, and if you feel so inclined, we are in the market for new microphones, mic arms, and we are in the process of seeing what building a table looks like. So we appreciate anyone who donates to our non-existent GoFundMe. But if you'd like to donate, please let us know.
Sure. Give us money.
Yeah, give us money.
You can write it off.
I don't think you can.
Things are going to get crazy in a week.
That's
We'll
how,
see you in 2 weeks.
That's how write-offs work. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Play the game, love the game. See you in a couple weeks. And Josh will be back, and you all can hate us again.
Yay!
Love you. Bye.